Hi, hello, welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. We are on Monday Monk, maybe 75. I got last week's number wrong. I think I said it was 73 and it was not 73. We might be on 75, but I'm not sure. But here we are, you and I. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you spending a little time here. I am going to cover what I usually cover, which is how are things going with writing, how are things going with knitting, and how are things going in Monkland just in general. Okay, so let's start off with how things are going with writing. I have done something to scare myself. Have you ever done something and at the time you're thinking this is a great idea, I'm having a lot of fun, and then you hit the go button, whatever the go button is, and then you're like, "Oh no. I just did this thing and now everybody's going to find out." Okay, what I'm talking about is I have launched a Patreon account, and I'm not saying you have to go join it. I'm just going to share a little bit of the experience of making this. So I've thought about doing a Patreon for a while, which is a subscription service. A reader or a member signs up to become for a monthly fee to get whatever they sign up for to get for that monthly fee. So there's different tiers. My first monthly fee starts at $3 a month. And for $3 a month, you get certain things on my Patreon that only show up on my Patreon. For $5 a month, you get all that same stuff that you get for $3, plus a few more extra cool things, and like that. So I made 5 levels, and just thought, yeah, this will be fun. This will be a neat way for me to share fiction that I don't put out anywhere else, things that I'm experimenting on, rough draft stuff, old novels that I'm brushing up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to publish them, but I'm going to run them by people on Patreon first to see if the audience is receptive to that kind of stuff. And it's just sort of it's my secret cafe. See, at one time in my life, I really wanted to be a barista because I thought all the free coffee, or maybe discount coffee, I don't know how they do it, but all the coffee I could possibly want at my fingertips, hanging out in a cool coffee shop, maybe on my breaks doing a little writing. Like, I thought that would be such a cool job. I mean, I also wanted to be a librarian, which also I think is an amazingly cool job. And I did also want to be a teacher, which also is a very cool job. But for a little while, I wanted to be a barista. And of course, I never have been a barista. So I decided I was going to open my little secret cafe, just a place. It's Devon Monk's Secret Cafe, where you can go over there and get kind of the secret fictions and the stuff that I'm working on that I don't show anywhere else. And, and it'll have a coffee shop or tea shop vibe, and everybody's going to be cool, daddy-o. And anyway, so I thought it would be really fun to have a little subscription service or a place where people could find that stuff from me. So I started building it. I had to decide what could I do every week or every other week or once a month or however often I posted, and make sure that it didn't get in the way of me continuing to write novels, which is my main my main thing that I want to share with everybody. But I wanted to add this in and maybe run it for a year and see how that goes. It's kind of like the Monday Monk thing, this thing right here. I started this as I kind of like it. Let's try it for a little while. Let's see if we can go a whole year without missing an episode and see if anybody signs up to watch it. So I'm going under the same idea for the Patreon, but I wanted it to be that little secret cafe. So I contacted a local artist, Savannah Glitchka, and I will put a link to her link tree down below if you want to look in on the commissions that she does. And I asked her if she would put together the little pictures at the top of each of the levels that you can pledge for. I asked her if she would do specific pictures from different parts of my books, my actual fiction books, a lot of ordinary and a little bit of the Allie Beckstrom books. And I asked her if she would do these certain characters and who she might like to do for this little secret cafe. And she did, and they're amazing. If you don't want to join Patreon and you don't want to have anything to do with, a subscription, totally understand. However, for just going and seeing the tier art that she made, which I think is delightful and fabulous and fun, you can go over there and look at it, and it won't charge you anything. It won't sign you up to anything, but you can just go and look. There's 5 tiers, so make sure you scroll over to see all 5 pieces of art that she did. I think they're delightful, and maybe see if you can tell which books and which characters she drew for the art. So anyway, she did an amazing job. And then I had no more excuses not to launch the Patreon, because now I'd figured out that I wanted it to be a secret cafe, and I knew what I wanted to share with people, and and then I had the artwork, so I couldn't procrastinate anymore. And so I launched my Patreon. It is, as you've just heard me say, Devon Monk's Secret Cafe. It's a place that's going to have me reading some of my fiction on video. If I get people pledging into the tier, I'm going to do a once a month video chat, and just, it's going to be stuff. It's going to be a book that I'm dusting off and actually revising that has never seen the light of day. Nobody's seen it except for just a handful of people when I first wrote it years and years and years and years ago. So it's just going to be a fun place to hang out. And I launched it, and then people signed up for it. And that's the part that's freaked me out. I mean, it's not like I have a million patrons right now, which I would be surprised if anybody has signed up by now. But I've got a few. And somebody signed up for one of the higher costing levels, and that's got me a little freaked out. I'm like, oh no, they're expecting quality work here, which I'm hoping to give quality work, and also just rough draft work, like behind the scenes peeks at this writing life that I'm doing right now. So, yeah, Patreon is up and running. I'll put a link to it down below if YouTube lets me do that. I don't know if it does, but I'll do it. And shout out to the artist, Savannah. She's amazing. She was terrific to work with, and just wonderful. I would absolutely hire her again. And you should too. If you're looking for commissions, go to Savannah. And yeah, so Patreon's up, and that's an exciting thing in the writing world. Now, not to top that or anything, but I have a book coming out on Friday, and that feels pretty cool too. It is a short book. I keep mentioning this. It is not a long book. This was just kind of a extra book for fans of the Broken Magic series, which is the Shame and Tarek series. I wrote it out of love because, one, I love these characters. Two, it was fun to visit the Ally Beckstrom world again. And three, I was relaunching the first three books in the series, and I wanted to freshen it up and add a fourth one. So that will be coming out on Friday. That is called Dirty Work. I'll put a link down below to that too. It's up for pre-order right now. And yeah, if you get it and read it, I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't read it, that's not your thing. I totally get it. I just thought I'd mention it. So, okay, those are two cool things: Patreon, the Secret Cafe, and the book coming out. In other writing, I am writing. It's a little slow. I didn't write this weekend, and I probably should have, but I got all busy into decluttering, and I couldn't be stopped. So I'm back to it and feeling pretty good about it. Again, working on Wayward Devils, which is book 4 in the Souls of the Road series, and also working on some side projects for the Patreon. So yeah. Okay, so that's writing, which took a long time, but I hope you enjoy that little story. And I am curious if you've ever done something that just really, like, you were really grooving with it, you're having fun, and then you hit the go button, you're like, oh no, what have I done to myself? That's if you've ever had that experience, I'd love to hear about it down below if you want to share. Okay, so let's see what else. That's writing. Knitting is next. Okay. The whole reason why this video is a little later than normal is because I thought I could get the knit toy done today to show it here on the YouTube channel, because I'm going to give it away in my newsletter probably Saturday or Sunday. Like, newsletters coming out at the end of this week, at the end of the month, as it goes out at the end of every month. And I have a new toy for it, but I'll have to show it to you next Monday because I spent several hours on it today. I thought I would just snap it together, it'd be a whiz. No, it's taking some time, as knitting does, and it's kind of fiddly, and so I don't have it done. So to show you here, but I will have it done in just, a day or so, and that will be up for giveaway in the newsletter, August newsletter. And I know you're gonna get tired of this little dude. Little TV dude is up for giveaway again. 3rd time. He has not been claimed, or 4th time or something. Poor little dude. Love this little guy. I'm almost ready to keep him for myself. Like, really, I love this little guy. But so that will also be given away in the newsletter. The flying alien, the slingshot alien, was claimed, and so is the rainbow, the multicolored otter, the otter of many colors. So those have all been claimed, but TV hasn't been claimed, and the new one hasn't been claimed because it isn't out there yet. But so knitting is going well. I'm almost done with that project. I have to knit one more part, and then I've got to do all the detail work, all the weaving in of ends and doing some, this takes a little bit of embroidery and stuff. So I've got to do some of that and a little bit of sewing. So yeah, so that toy is almost ready. We'll be ready for the newsletter. Okay. And what am I on? Last thing, I'm just checking my time so I don't run over too late. I feel like I've been talking forever. Last thing is, how are things going in Monkland? Going good, thank you. Like I said, got stuck in decluttering this weekend. I just dove back into that room that is being used as a pantry and as a craft room, as a sewing room and a yarn storage room and a kind of a little guest bedroom and stuff. And one of the things that it's held for me are canning jars. I over the years have done either a lot of canning, no canning, or a medium amount of canning. And this year it's looking pretty close to no canning, though I might later. I tend to can in the autumn when it's a little cooler. I just like get the fruits and vegetables and stuff and freeze them back and then do the canning off of them. But peaches are on right now, and I'm thinking canned peaches would be delicious, so I might get into that. But what I realized was I had several dozens too many canning jars in every size. And so I did a really hard decision and decided that I would keep several dozen canning jars in every size and give away basically half of what I had. And there were some vintage jars in there too, which I'm giving to my sister if she wants to keep them or use them. She's more of a canner than I am, and so I thought she might have some use for them. I don't, but they're wonderful, and I thought maybe she would like them. And then the rest are going to my sister-in-law, who is just starting canning and needs some jars. And so this is kind of cool because some of these jars were my grandmother's jars, and not vintage specifically, but like these jars have been handed down through many people in the family, and it's neat to get to hand them on to my sister-in-law and get her going on some canning fun too. So, but by getting all of that cleaned out, I ended up with more space in that closet than I expected. And we had taken the door off of that closet years and years and years ago to use it as just a shelf space. And we built in a shelf in that space. We still had the door, which was pretty amazing because I never know if we're going to keep something like that. But we did. We kept the door. So we re-put the door on it, which creates a nice closed space where, I've got a grandkid now where a grandkid can't get in there and, get into the glass jars and stuff. So we've got a nice safe place for those to be. And also, this is kind of one of those things. Some things in my house I don't really think about. And one of those things are CDs. Like CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays and those things, I don't think about them. We have them, we don't really use them, and then they get shoved into drawers and boxes and closets and random places all over the house. And over the last few months, I've been sort of throwing all of them that I found, all the CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, hard media, into that same storage room. And so when I was digging around in the canning closet, I had to move just a bunch of things out of the way, and some of the things I had to move out of the way were the CDs and stuff. Okay, so I'm not great about putting CDs back in their cases. Like, not my strength. So we had a lot of CDs that had the cases, the covers, with no CD on the inside or the wrong CD on the inside, and then a bunch of CDs with no cases just all stacked up, which are probably all scratched to heck, but all stacked up, right? And I thought, it's time, I kind of moved them out of the way and I'm just shuffling them around. It's time for me to get into our, I think, hundreds. Like, I don't know, we used to do a lot of music and we would do, hang out and listen to music and stuff. And we had a bunch of CDs, and then people would bring CDs and leave CDs. And I have CDs that I've never listened to, some that aren't even open. Most of them are open and have been very well listened to. I have duplicate copies. I have broken cases. I got a lot. And I thought, it's time to sort. It's time to get the CDs in the CD cases and just get them all in one place. And so then that was the first step, and that took hours. I mean, hours and hours. But I'm still missing some CDs that I have cases that don't have the CDs that go in them, and I am missing some cases. I have the CDs and I don't have the cases that go for them. But so I've got them all matched up. And the next thing I need to do is find out if anybody of my family members who brought those CDs over years and years ago want them back. and they aren't, nobody has their names on them. So I don't know if I should just put them all out and say it's a free for all. Y'all come over and find out if you want these old CDs, or if I just post them. I don't know what to do. But anyways, I got to figure out what to do with those CDs. Some of them I want to keep. They're wonderful. I'm thinking I don't have a CD player anymore. It's time to get one again, maybe, so that I can listen to music. I don't know. Do you listen to hard media? Do you have a CD player? Or do you use something else like a PlayStation or Xbox or something to listen to your CDs? Or do you just stream music? Like, I don't know. There's some, we've even got some that are like mixtape CDs, where somebody has put their favorite songs all in a row on a CD, on a burnable CD, which is really fun. But yeah, so in sorting out the jars, I also ended up sorting out like our media, all of it, I think. I say I think because I haven't opened every drawer in this house, and there's probably CDs and cases hiding somewhere that I don't know yet. But when I find them, I'm going to try to get them matched up to their mates, mated up. They're like socks that have gone missing in the dryer. I've got CDs that have gone missing in the drawers. It's like an infestation in my house. But anyways, I'm on top of that now. They all have a spot to be, and it's not in the room that I'm cleaning out. It's in a chest where they all fit. And like I said, I think I need to get them out to family members again. Y'all need to contact me. If any of my family members are watching this and you're looking for some CDs from like a long time ago when we were really young, you need to come over and look through the CDs that I have and take them off of my hands. I cannot believe how many I have. They belong to you people. They miss you. You need to come get them. Okay, anyways, so Monkland has been going well. Other than that, to wrap this up, we are getting still vegetables harvested from our garden. We have had smoke from a couple of fires south of us. The big tropical storm that ran through California and up all the way into Oregon was on the other side of the mountains from us. We didn't get any wind or rain from it. I don't expect we're going to. Things are going well. Summer is rolling along, and I'm feeling that itch of autumn coming in. I always want to clean things and get prepared. I do like spring cleaning, and I get into that. But I also get into like this autumn clean too, where I want everything kind of buttoned down before the rainier weather kicks in, So I'm kind of doing that. Plus, autumn is such good knitting time, right? And writing time. I love to write with the cloudy skies and stuff. So anyways, things are going well here. I hope that things are going well with you where you are. And just one more time, I'll say it. Check out the Patreon if you want to go see the cool artwork that Savannah did. It's totally worth it just to see the artwork. And in the meantime, I will see you soon. I hope you have a lovely week. Bye for now.